Coming into frame. Oh no, it's too late. You're on camera.
Oh.
Could you please make some blocks?
Make some blocks. Blocking.
As Kat moves the center of percussion of her weapon, she closes 2 lines at a time. As Kat closes 2 lines at a time, she's not yet adjusting for elevation because there's no actual blow. But notice how, just go back to the top for right now. Keep it easy for camera.
Yeah, camera.
The tip of her saber is in a different quadrant than the rest of her. So if you put a big plus sign on her, she'd have an upper left, a lower right, etc., etc. Her hand and the strong of her weapon is in a different spot than the rest of it, especially if she moves her body properly and doesn't just waggle her hand. Okay? Now you'll notice that she's tending to side bend just a teeny tiny bit. Let me explain to you why this is the case and why beginners need to be really strict about not side bending, okay? Almost every beginner starts learning how to block. Come on to camera, please.
Uh-huh.
And starts doing this, okay? This is because I'm going to use my saber. I'm going to touch the high inside of your thigh if you're okay. Put the saber.
Okay.
Not like my thumbnail. Your primary hip flexor, or the psoas, anchors a little bump inside your thigh here called the lesser trochanter, okay? It then comes up the front of the pelvis, joins iliacus, and then comes up to right about here on her, the upper 4 vertebrae of the lumbar spine. Okay, great. Why does that matter? Well, here's the neat trick. It anchors to the sides of those vertebrae. So if I want to flex, or I want to rotate, or I want to do anything involving my waist, as she does, oh, she's using waist muscles. Does using waist muscles affect those 4 vertebrae? Yes, they do. And for most of us, what's the easy way to do that? This. And that's why beginners start to bend, because they haven't yet individuated the hip flexor from the abdominal obliques from the other muscles of the torso. This is also why, turn this way please, turn this way all the way around. This is also why, for example, you'll see people who tend to hunch here and shorten their neck here, and their hips are really, really tight. Their hips are really, really tight because they're holding their back here very, very tight in order to maintain their balance, because they're trying to balance their faces over their feet rather than the actual weight of their head, which is more in line with the ears. Now, Kat doesn't do that. Kat has other things she does. All of us have weird things we do that aren't quite dead on. So if Kat starts parrying 1, 2, 3, 4, scooch back some. Okay. On camera, if you watch closely, you will see that there is a little bit of side bending built into her motion. Okay, now as the ceiling allows, can you start doing cuts 1, 2, 3, 4? Good, make it a little horizontal so you don't have to worry about the ceiling. Also, beginners always make their 3-2 vertical, so we want to give them a good example. There you go. If you watch the line of her shoulders, you'll see there's a little bit of side bending going on as she activates the waist. And these aren't perfect cuts, and they're not going to be because it's a constrained space. There's no way for these to be perfect cuts unless Kat makes them really, really tight, at which point we'll never be able to see what's on camera. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me correct this. Could you be Vitruvian woman for a second? Abdominal obliques, these are 4 muscles here, okay? To turn this way, Kat involves a muscle here and a muscle over here. And then this one lets go and that one lets go. Do the same thing over here. This helps create side bending. A little bit of this is going on, which is why one of the old school exercises for improving the abdominal obliques was put a heavy thing in your hand and lift it a lot.
That's a good one.
It's a great one. It's out of favor with bodybuilders because building obliques gives you the modern dancer build rather than the Dorito that gets you, all the plaudits and stuff. Powerful waists are not currently in fashion. Narrow waists are. So if you're going to work your abs for looking good in aesthetics, that's important for a lot of people. It's a disfavored exercise. But notice if she wants to turn, I'm going to turn her shoulders, okay? There's a little bit of side bend that happens. If she wants to turn, There's a little bit of side bending that happens, but I'm not tickling. You see thumbs, okay? Instructors, if you need to show this, use the outside of your thumbs, get permission first. Your student has an unalloyed right to say, I don't feel like being touched today. You may not violate that right. I train in a high trust environment because I've touched enough students and been touched by them that they understand that I'm not creeping on them. But if they're just feeling uncomfortable in a day and not feeling it, they have that right. So as I'm doing this, Kat, you can feel the little rib moving, right? There's a little bit of sideways action. Now,
It's definitely like an S curve.
Yeah. I'm encouraging this right now for purposes of the camera. Kat is not an amateur, but simply being reminded of that in her body. Now watch what happens with her parries. Go ahead and make the same parries. Somehow it's more fluid. Feel the difference?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now as a beginner, here's what the beginner does to parry. I was no stranger to this. Oh, I have to make cut 3.
That's very familiar.
No one's ever done that, right? Who would do that? Everyone. If you are the beginner who does this and are side bending a lot, take the exercise from the book and play with this when your hips are on the ground so that you can feel, oh, there's a little bit of side bending in rotation, and feel how this can act as fuel for this. Because it means you're trying to involve the proper muscles. You just haven't quite figured out which ones should be in charge yet, okay? So if you need to review it, you've got it on video, you understand the basic anatomy of it, and yes, internet land, for those out there, your hip flexors mount much higher on your lumbar spine than most people realize. And the reason for that is you need the leverage. Otherwise this becomes, welcome to hell, here's your ukulele. All right, anything to add?
No.
No. She is so vocacious today. Vocacious, oh Lord, we both need more coffee.
Yes.
It's one of those days, guys. The next 2 or 3 videos is us desperately trying to figure out how to human today. So bear with us. We'll have awesome content for you in September or October. It's certainly not right now. We've got more videos and content coming, so if you liked what you saw and it was useful for you, please stab the like button, /subscribe, and punch the little bell icon so that you're notified immediately when new content comes available. Thanks, and go do the thing.